Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we're going to do another logo rating for the WNBA. This has some of the old school logos, some of the old dysfunction teams. I have this like weird obsession. I love teams that have like not necessarily that they've disappeared, but I like their old like logo stuff. I collect it as much as possible, which is not much because it is always very expensive, but this gives me the nostalgia to buy some of this stuff if humanly possible. So we're gonna jump into it. On like most of these tier lists, I like to keep them even. I'm gonna get rid of the F tier automatically because you know what? Actually, we'll leave it. We'll give ourselves a little bit more difficulty with having the six. We'll try to keep these as even as possible. But let's just jump into it. This is the Atlanta Dream. I'm pretty sure this is when they first debuted. I really like this logo. It's kind of neat, but it kind of fits the vibe that was going on with like the name on the top and then the team name in the middle. That's kind of how all of these logos were, and I liked all of them. So like I'm gonna probably rate them a little bit higher than some of the new stuff that I don't like as much. I'm gonna put this in B. Solid logo, good color scheme, altogether pretty decent. Then we have the brand new one. Honestly, I don't know what's going on there. There might be some symbolism that I'm missing, but I don't see it compared to some of the other ones that feel like they're a little bit more, I guess, like bigger, like like I feel like Chicago and LA, like they have a little bit of extra stuff in it, but like I don't really get it off the Atlanta one, so I'm gonna put it in F tier. Not a big fan of it. Next up is the Charlotte Sting. God, I miss the Sting. I just love these old teams. I just remember growing up and watching these, and they're just gone. I hate that the league went like that way, but I'm glad that the league is bouncing back. I really hope that it continues. This Charlotte Sting one, I don't actually honestly remember this color scheme. I'm gonna put this color scheme in C, and then this one over here that matches the Hornets, I'm gonna put up here. Because this one is a little bit better. Is this the one that they change? Maybe I can't honestly remember, but I liked it. I love when they match the original team and stuff. So I think it's always kind of a cool thing, like the men's team, not the original team. Next up is the Chicago Sky. This original logo wasn't bad. I found it was pretty solid altogether. I do think I like their new one better. So I'd put this up in B and I put their new one in A. I also had an A on the modern tier list too. Then we had the Cleveland Rockers. I think with the guitar R was pretty cool. I think this team didn't last super long. At least I don't remember it lasting super long. I think overall it was a pretty solid logo. I feel like I really need to be moving some stuff around. Um, like I feel like I'm already struggling because I keep wanting to put stuff in B and A, but um, let's see. Where do we want to just? I say we move this one down. Move these to. I'll put this one to C. Dream up here, that into B. Okay, we're starting to get it together. Then we have the Connecticut Suns. This is their original logo. I don't think I've ever really been a huge fan of the Suns logo. This one's slightly better than the new one, but I would probably still put it in D, and I'll put the new one in F. I don't like the new one at all. Next up is the Dallas Wings. This one got lucky on my last rating because I had to like I needed space, but I don't think it'll get as lucky on this one. I put it down in D. It's okay, not the worst, but I am gonna have to see it a lot by covering the Dallas Wings this year. So I'm not looking forward to seeing this one. Then we have the Detroit Shock. Love this logo. It just is so cool. It has a lot of symbolism with, obviously the name matching like the shock of a car, like a piston, like I love that they disconnect with the original like NBA teams. I love when they really did that back then in the day. This also has the color scheme of Detroit. I'd put up in B. I'd put the alternative color one, I think, is when they changed to C. I don't like that color as much, but the Detroit color one is really good. Next up is the Houston Comets. I was really surprised when the Comets folded because like they were such a big franchise. Like it's just crazy that this happened in the league. I just I hate it, man. I hate it. I hate to see it like that because there's a lot of good teams and a lot of teams that I remember watching for years and they just are gone now. It's kind of crazy. The Houston Comets logo, everything I think is a solid B. Next up is Indiana Fever. It's okay. It's pretty plain. I'd probably put it down in D compared to whatever else is coming up. Next up is the original Sparks logo. I did like the blue, not the blue, the green that they had, and I do remember if they, I want to say they had a green outfit because of it. It was a little bit different from the Lakers. I always liked the little palm tree spark thing that they had. Kind of a cool vibe. I kind of do prefer it over the new one. I'd probably put the Sparks logo up in the S tier. Again, I am a Sparks fan, so I think it's a little bit harder for me to put them lower, but I do think it deserves as being one of the better vintage logos. And then we got the new one I put up in A. I like it. It has a lot of vibe to it. This Las Vegas Aces one is a little bit better. The one that like kind of just has the silver and black. It just you don't see exactly what it is. This is okay. I feel like there's like a feel to it, but it's not really something that's connecting with me. I'd put it down in D. Next up is the Miami Soul. This kind of just feels like something that like was made last minute. It's not the greatest. I see what they were going for, but it just kind of feels like it kind of fell flat. I'd probably put this in F tier. Next up is the original two Minnesota Lynx's logos. I didn't really like the Lynx as much. I like the updated design. This one just kind of looks like a regular house cat. I'd probably put, let's see, I don't know if I would put them in F, but I guess I'd put them in C. Like they're still better than some of these other logos. And then the original or the current Minnesota Lynx one is S tier for me. I like it a lot. This is the original New York Liberty one. Now, I really do like it with the whole Statue of Liberty in there and the eye being that compared to kind of the middle thing because you don't really know exactly. It just kind of looks like a New York logo. It doesn't really scream Liberty, but I really like this one. This one's classic. It has obviously the color scheme of the Knicks. I thought that was kind of a cool thing. It's always going to be higher rated in my mind when they match the original team. It's so cool that they when they used to do that. Put this one up in S tier. I put this one up in A. Both still really solid logos. Next up is the Orlando Miracle. I don't believe the Miracle lasted super long. I could be wrong about that, but I don't remember them. The Portland Fire and the is probably the one that I know the least, and the Utah Stars, but I do remember that they both existed. But um, yeah, Miracle was also their way that way. It's very similar to the Orlando Magic. I think it's pretty solid. I think I'd put it in a solid B. Not a bad logo. Not exactly what I particularly would want compared to some of the other ones, but it's not the worst. Then we got the Phoenix Mercury. I think both of them are okay. I do prefer this color scheme with the orange because I like that burnt orange feeling. I do think they should have added some more of the purple, which they do have in their outfits, but like they just don't have them here. B for the this one and C for this one. Next up is Portland Fire. Honestly, it's just kind of a plain logo. I put it down in D. Next up is the Sacramento Monarchs. I really like the whole vibe here. The Monarchs were really cool compared to like the Kings on the other side. You know, they instead of just doing the Queens, they did a little bit of a different thing, and it worked out really well. Love the color scheme. Love this logo that turned into like a queen, but also like has the M. Very cool logo design. I put it up in S. Then we have these silver stars. I'm trying to think. Like, I think I like this one a little bit better. I think I'd put it in B, and I'll put this one that wasn't as good into C. Next up, we have the Seattle Storm. I like the newest one the best. I think I'd put that up in S tier, and I think I'd put both of these in A tier. Just having the whole Space Needle, the little storm clouds around it, the basketball, all of it just fits perfectly. It has everything. The S kind of being a lightning bolt too, lightning bolt going through. Like all of it's just perfect logo design when you think of all the elements you need from the city and everything in it, and then you throw it into there. Next up, we have the Tulsa Shock. I think they moved from Detroit after they were after Detroit. They didn't really change much. I just again I think it's okay. I'll put it in D. Next up is the Utah Stars, kind of the match the Jazz. I don't really know why they went Stars. I do like the this logo. It does have a lot going on though, but I think it's a okay, like a pretty good logo. I don't know what I was trying to like. I was gonna say okay name. I think I was trying to say name, and I said logo, and I'm like, then why did I put it in S? Then we have the Mystic that changed color schemes based off of the Washington team Wizards changing colors. I do think I like the old colors better. but the logo is still pretty ass on both of them. So I think I'll put them both in F tier. I think the Mystic just definitely need a rebrand with that. This is pretty even. I feel pretty comfortable with this. I know it's not completely even, but I feel this is good enough. But yeah, tell me if you guys like these videos. I've been trying to do some WNBA content, following Paige Becker's season, just discussing it, talking about it, and all that type of stuff. And I've been liking this type of content. So if you guys are enjoying it too, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, stuff like that. So I know you guys like it, and that we can continue on, because obviously I am going to probably make it no matter what, but it is nice to see if people are enjoying it and here for the channel on that. And I don't want to like mess with the wrestling stuff if this will, divert from the algorithm and all that stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.